What's up guys, you are watching Rising Coders Era, and in this video we are going to see for each loop in Java. So before this video we have also uploaded a lot of things on the Java, so you can watch this playlist. You will get notes and source code in description and they are available at GitHub. So let's get started. So what is a for each loop? Okay, so this is the question. So for each loop is nothing but it is going to iterate from all the elements present inside array. So let's create an array first. So here let's create an array, integer of array, and here we are going to have some numbers. So let's take 1 2 3 4 and 5. We will just name it as, instead of array we will name is as numbers. Okay, now when we need to store multiple numbers inside a particular variable, so you can just see we are having 5 numbers and they are stored in a variable, and that is numbers. So if I want to store multiple numbers in one variable, so I'm going to use an array. Similarly, if you want to create an character array, so you need to say character, and the array, if you want to create an array you need to make these square brackets and we'll name it as characters is equal to, and here you can put the single characters in single quotes. So for example we will just say r rising coders is RCE. Let's take RCE. Okay, E. So these multiple characters are stored inside this variable named as characters. So if I need to get them or I need to print them, so how I can print them? So for this you need to use a for loop, and you will say for integer I, we will start it from array indexing starts from 0. So we will give start point as 0 and we need to move up to the end of the array. So here we are going to say I should be less than the numbers dot length. So what is a length? Length is going to return how many numbers are present inside this array. So if you see there are totally 5 numbers. So if I just wanted to check this, you can just create a variable length, and which will have the length. It is going to calculate the length of numbers dot length, and similarly we will create another, we will calculate the character length as well. So you can just say is equal to numbers dot length, and you can print both of them. So let's print them and let's understand that what is going to happen here. Okay, so first we'll print the length, and then we don't need to concatenate it. So I will just say length plus, we need a space here, and plus we will have character length. Okay, now I will just comment out this line. First we need to know that how it works. So what will happen, it is going to return the length of that particular arrays. So if you see the first array length is 5, and if you see the second array length is going to be 3, but what happened, we have just written here numbers dot length, we need to change it with characters dot length because we need for that particular array. So there should be 55 and then 3, sorry 5 and then 3. So there will be 5 and 3. If you want to create a space, you can create here a space and execute this. So 5 is of the first array, so it is returning the length, how much elements are present inside it. Then about the second array, how much elements are present inside it. Now let's remove this and let's focus on how we can print all the numbers present inside that array. So for that we are going to start from index number 0 to length minus 1, because your indexing is going to start from 0. So we are going to have this less than sign. We are not going to use here less than equal to, because it will be array index out of bound. That means it is going to try to take the element than 5, more than 5. So that's why we are going to say that I should be less than numbers dot length, and we are going to increment because we need to print all the numbers line by line. So first this number will be printed, then next, then next, then next, in this way. Now if I just wanted to print, I'm just going to say system dot out dot print, and here let's print, okay, we are going to print numbers of I, and plus you can create a space here. So here guys we are going to say numbers of I, that means the 0 index, it will be printed, then 1. If I'm not going to write these numbers, then what will happen, the index is going to print 0 1 2 3 4 in this way. So we are going to write numbers of I, and here we are going to say for next line you are going to say system dot out dot print ln, and I'm going to use this semicolon. After executing this, all the numbers are going to printed one by one. You can just see here 1 2 3 4 5. Similarly you can do with the characters. I can just copy this, and if I need to print the characters, so what I'm going to write here, the variable which we have written here is going to be characters of I, and we are just going to execute it. So after executing it, you are able to see that uh, okay, so what happened here, index 3 is out of bound. What is the reason? You can see here there are totally just 3 numbers and we are trying to access the 4th and 5th index also. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so we need to start from numbers dot length. We need to remove this and we need to say here characters dot length and remove this, and let's execute it. Then we are able to print all the characters on the console as well, RCE. And if I'm going to execute the first line also, what is going to happen? After up to these 3 numbers are going to be printed. Okay, so numbers of 0 is going to be 1, so you can just see here 1 has been printed. Then characters of 0 is going to be R, so it is going to be printed. Now I is updated to 1, and when the 1 is going to be 2, and then afterwards C is going to be printed here. You can just see printed here, and then 3, and then E is going to be printed. Now let's see what is an for each loop. Now if I need to print all the numbers, I need to print all the numbers present inside that array. So instead of using a for loop, normal for loop, we can use a for each loop. So for this syntax is quite easy. So integer, you can name it anything. For example, we will give it num, and here you need to make this is2 symbol, and then you need to directly write the array name. Now here I'm just going to say system.out.print, and here we are going to say that num, and plus we need to have a space. Okay, num plus space. And here I'm going to directly, you can just say system.out.print the new line after printing all these numbers on same line. Okay, now if I'm going to execute this, you are able to see here inside console all the numbers are been printed. So what for each loop does, for each loop is going to print all the numbers from that array. If you are going to use this normal for loop, you are able to print up to where you need to print. If I just wanted to print up to this R and C, I just wanted to print R and C, so I will say, wait a minute, I will just remove this numbers of I, and if I just, so this is 0 index and this is 1 index, so I can just write here up to 2 and I can just execute this. If I'm going to execute, you are able to see that R and C just are printed. If I just wanted to print 3 4 5, I'm able to print this. But what is going to happen when you are going to use a for each loop, you are able to print all the numbers present inside that particular array. So we'll try to do it for character array as well. So we'll write a for loop and which data type it is holding, then we will just give any name random. So we will just give here any name, characters. Okay, character, okay, is 2, so this is a variable, and we will give the name of the original array, and after that we are going to print on the print all the numbers from character array and plus this. Okay, system.out.println, and we are going to print it. Now I'm just going to execute this code. You are able to see that. So you are able to see all the characters are been printed on the console. Okay, so you can use similarly with the character as well, and also we are able to use it with string. So we are going to see about string as well. So let's create a string variable, and we'll just give it as, let's give it as text, and here we will have an hello. Okay, this text has been there, and I need to print it. So what I can do, I will just use it for each loop. I will say that, okay, now if you see this string is text. Now here what we are going to do, we are going to print all the characters from this string. Okay, so for this what we are going to use, what the data type is going to be, it is going to be character. Let's give it as ch, and this is done from the text. So I will just say text dot, now there is a function and we are going to make it 2 character array. This is the function name which you, that means it is going to convert it to the character array, and you are able to print, you are able to print all the string in the character format. So you will just say ch plus space. Okay, I'm just going to make a semicolon and I'm just going to execute it. So what will happen, all the characters are going to be okay, you can just see this is in hello. So what is going to happen, all the string is going to be converted to the character array, and it is going to print all this single character hello. Okay, in this way it is going to be printed. So for this guys, we are having a method, and that is going to be 2 character array method. So we are able to convert this string to character array. Okay, So this is all about this video. If you are new to this channel, please get subscribed and you will get the notes and source code inside description, and all these things are present at GitHub, so you will get the link in description. Your support is very essential, so please do subscribe, like this video and share this video with your friends. Thank you guys for watching this video.